Hey there, this is Pastor Mike from Calvary Chapel, Susanville, and I'm here this morning to talk to you about the coronavirus and how that's impacting our community and our church. Um, Paul tells us in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, that God's not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. And so we're not running fearful of what's happening all around us, but we are trying to be prudent. In fact, in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3, we read that a prudent man foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. And so trying to be prudent, trying to respond really to what's going on around us. As you probably are well aware, President Trump and Governor Newsom have both declared a state of emergency for our nation and for our state, and so we need to respond to that in some way. And quite honestly, I was planning on doing our church services tomorrow, Sunday morning, as usual, because the governor's requirements were that groups over 250 were kind of prohibited from meeting. And since we fall under that, I was looking forward to having our church service in the morning. But I've been informed of updated requirements for space and different things. And because of that, we are going to suspend our in-church services for the foreseeable future, for at least the rest of this month. We're looking at going to a completely online format. And so we're not suspending our church services. There won't be a service. There will be a service. It's just that we're going to ask you not to come to the church to attend them. That means Sunday morning, that means the home fellowship, that means Wednesday evening, that means the ladies' studies and the different prayer groups that meet. And so we're going to go to a completely online format. Basically, you're going to be able to log on to our website and listen to the services live on either KWalk Radio, 88.5 FM. You'll be able to log on to our website and listen to the live stream, either through the radio website or the church website. You'll be able later on to listen to the studies on YouTube. And then, of course, you can listen on Facebook or watch on Facebook as well. And so there's a number of different formats that you can utilize to be part of the service. It's just unfortunate that we're not going to be able to be together for that. But we're going to have all the services Sunday morning, the two services, and Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock. And so, you know, it's interesting as all this is going on, we're really trying to minister to our community. We're trying to be yielded to what has been proving effective in different parts of the world, that large groups don't meet together and transmit this flu virus, one to another. And by the grace of God, we are uniquely prepared as a church to engage in this type of service, because we've already had a radio station set up. We already have online streaming. We already have the Facebook and the YouTube and those different formats. And so while it's going to be a little different for all of us, but you know, our reality is changing, and we are responding to the needs of the moment, and not in panic, not in fear. We're doing, I think, what the Lord would have us do. You know, a prudent man again foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. At this time, our church office is still going to be open through the week. If there's for those that wish to do so, we have an online option for the tithes and the offerings and those kinds of things. Obviously, that's not our primary concern, but that, you know, that's something that ministers to some people. I will personally be available to all of you as needed. You know, you can call me anytime, or text, or email. My phone number, most of you already have it, but is 736-9082, and you are welcome to use that at any time of the day or night, and especially if you've got questions about the services or about what's going on, that kind of thing. We are a church family, and we need to minister one to another, and part of the motivation behind this, you know, is to minister to a segment of our fellowship, a third of which probably fall into that higher risk category of being older or having their immune system somewhat compromised. And so for love's sake, we're going to, you know, again, switch to the online format to keep from passing things back and forth. We need to check up on each other. We need to make sure everyone's okay. I'll be calling around, talking to people. I encourage you to check on people, make sure that they have enough food and toilet paper and all the things that are going on that people are kind of running out of. And we need to be praying for each other. And we need to be praying for our church, for our community, for our nation, for our state. I'd ask you pointedly to pray for Governor Newsom, pray for President Trump. These leaders and many other, our healthcare workers are under a lot of pressure, and there's a lot at stake here, and not to underplay that or overplay it for that matter, but we need to be praying for our leaders and those that will be ministering to a lot of people. And so I'm looking forward to this season passing. This too shall pass, and I'm looking forward to where we can all meet together again safely, and we can just rejoice in the Lord and worship Him. But in the meantime, we make an accommodation for the unique circumstances that we find ourselves in. And so, we're told in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty in God to the pulling down of strongholds. And our president has called for National Day of Prayer tomorrow, Sunday the 15th. And I encourage you, be praying for our nation and for our state and for our local community and for our first responders and for the medical personnel and people that are going to be going into harm's way. I find this, I see this as a unique opportunity to minister the gospel of Jesus Christ, to minister the love of our God to those around us that are fearful, to those around us that maybe don't have the hope that we do. I mean, God forbid we all get the flu and go to heaven. We know where we're going, but there's a lot of people that don't. And this may be that unique opportunity in their lives to speak His love and His joy and His peace into the hearts of your neighbors and your co-workers and your friends. And so, pray about how God would have you to take advantage of that. In the meantime, we'll be praying for you. I encourage you very much, log in on Sunday morning at the usual times, log in on Wednesday evening at the usual time, and be ministered the Word of God in a unique way for this unique time. God bless you. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.